Hey, this is Casey the Game Nerd back at you with another pickups video. And in this video I'm going to show you a Craigslist haul that I picked up recently. And I saw this Craigslist listing about three and a half weeks ago, and they had it for about $400, and it was a ridiculous amount for what I was getting because it was just random games, random accessories, random consoles. But there was one console that I wanted from the lot. It was a Japanese Sega Saturn in the box, and it came with 2 controllers and it came with games. And I asked the seller if I could buy it separately, and he messaged me back and said, no, I want to wait a while, I want to sell it as a bundle. So a couple weeks go by and I noticed that he reposted the listing. So I contacted him again and I said, hey man, can I buy the Sega Saturn because it seems like you haven't sold it yet. And he said, no man, I really want to sell it as a bundle, and the reason is I'm moving and I want to get rid of all this stuff. This is the remaining items from my collection. He sold most of it early on, earlier in the year, and this is just the last remaining pieces. So that gave me an idea. I messaged him back and I said, hey, would you take $200, which is half of his asking price? And I told him, hey, I'll buy it from you, I'll take it out of your hands, you won't have to worry about it again, and you don't have to think about trying to separate them out. You sell it to one person. And he thought about it for about a day. I got a response back and he said, yes, he'll sell it to me, meet me in Seattle. So I met him in Seattle. He had 3 full bins of stuff, all in pretty good shape too, especially the consoles. So I was really happy to get it from another collector, especially this Sega Saturn. This is in awesome shape, so I'm glad to get this. So now let me show you the rest of the items I picked up from that $200 lot. Here's the loot. 3 bins full of random games, accessories, and consoles. And he even threw in some PC games, which I did not need, but sure, I'll take them. And I think it's definitely worth the $200, especially considering the consoles themselves are probably worth more than that just by themselves. And there are cords and other accessories in another bin for all of these consoles. I'm just not showing them all. So we have the N64 with an extra RAM pack, a PS2, 2 Gamecubes, 1 in the box, 1 outside the box, and then we have a Dreamcast, a PS1 in the box, and a Japanese Sega Saturn, which is probably the best thing out of this lot that I wanted. So that's definitely worth over $200 already. Let's go over all the games and accessories now. So these are Japanese versions, or Japanese region games. We have the King of Fighters 95, Pocket Fighter, Virtua Fighter 2, Virtua Fighter, and Virtua Fighter Kids. We also have X-Men Children of the Atom, Battle Monsters. We have X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and all the fighting games are really awesome for the Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn was really known for how good a quality their fighters are, and a lot of the Japanese releases are pretty good too. And there are some exclusives. But some of these, there are American versions or US versions of it, like Last Bronx that came out on the US Saturn. Mobile Suit Gundam, that was Japan only. We got King the Spirits, that is a Atlas Racing title. Yep. Then we got a couple puzzle games that I've never heard of, and we have Thor. And I think this is called something else in the US. Maybe it's like Beyond Oasis or something, Legend of Oasis, something like that. Then we have a Sega Saturn right here, and this is in pretty good condition. I mean, the box is in great shape, and it comes with the manuals, even has the plastic baggies, and it actually came with 2 controllers, not just 1. The PlayStation 1 itself is also in good condition. It came with all the accessories, and that's inside. Gamecube's also in good condition. Came with all the accessories and manuals, paperwork. Then over here, the loose silver console, and does have the cords, like I mentioned, and the Dreamcast. And I think most of these came from thrifting because some of his consoles do have Value Village stickers on them, so he must have gotten these a while back at thrift stores. Then we got some PC games. If any of you guys need these, Warcraft, Diablo, StarCraft, I don't need these. I'll let them go cheap. We could do a trade, or you could just buy them from me if you want. Not expecting much out of those. Then we got Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes. That's for PSP. Loco Roco. Heard some good things about this game. Then we got Parappa the Rapper. And I really enjoyed this series, especially for the PS1. It's really fun rhythm game. We got some Sega Genesis games. We got Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, and another Sonic 2, which came bundled with the system. Here we have an excellent condition DS Lite, and it works perfectly. Then we have some boxed games, and not the greatest of games because it is his leftovers that he sold. We got Pitfall the Mayan Adventure, Roadrunner's Death Valley, Rally, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, NES Play, Action Football, and NFL Quarterback Club 98. Then we have a stack of N64 games here, about 7 or so, but the best one's probably Mortal Kombat Trilogy. The rest are really common games. Then we got some more common Super Nintendo games here. Championship Pool, Caesar's Palace, Bugs Bunny, Rabbit Rampage, and Super Bowling. Then we got some decent titles here. We got The Incredible Crash Test Dummies. We got Wolverine, Adamantium Rage, and F-Zero. Here we have the lone NES cartridge, Rambo. Over here we have 4 N64 controllers, all original authentic controllers, no third-party ones. And like I mentioned before, the N64 system with an extra RAM pack. So it has the regular pack here and RAM pack here. And we have a Game Boy player for the Gamecube, but no disc. But he did include a silver Gamecube controller that goes with the, or platinum, it goes with the platinum Gamecube that I showed you earlier. We have a couple Xbox 360 wireless controllers with a keypad for one of them. And we have a couple headsets here. A Triton headset here and a Turtle Beach Air Force X11. And they're all in really good shape. And I have no use for these, so if anyone wants these headsets, let me know. We'll work something out. I'll let those go really, really cheap too. Then we got some original Xbox controllers. 2 of them, which are the transparent green, and we have the blue one. 2 PS3 DualShock 3 controllers, 1 camo, 1 black. And then we got a bunch of PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 controllers. So a total of 3 PlayStation 2 controllers. It goes along with the PS2, and we have some other Dreamcast and Wii accessories, including 3 Wiimotes and 2 nunchucks. Here are the PS1, PS2, Xbox 360 games. So let's start here. We have some RPGs. We got Final Fantasy Chronicles, which has Final Fantasy 4 and Chrono Trigger. And we have Final Fantasy 7. I can't wait for the HD reboot of that. We got Gran Turismo 1 and 2. We have another Final Fantasy 7, which is the Japanese version. We have Metal Gear Solid, Tekken 2 and 3, All-Star Slam and Dodgeball. There we go. Then we got Namco Museum Volume 1, Need for Speed V-Rally, and Bust-A-Move 2 Arcade Edition, and this is the long jewel case version. We have Gran Turismo 4 for PS2, Orphan, Beyond Good and Evil, which is a fantastic game. I spent most of my time on this game on the GameCube version. Didn't really dive into the PS2 version as much, so I'm not sure if there's any variances between the two. We also have Dragon Quest 8, and I remember getting this just for the Final Fantasy 12 demo, just to check it out. But yeah, that game actually it got clearanced out. I remember at a local store called Fred Meyer's. They were selling it for like $9.99 brand new, because not that many copies sold. So they had a lot of extra. Then we have Final Fantasy 12 here, Dark Cloud, another awesome title, Kingdom Hearts, Dot Hack Infection, and this does have the bonus 45-minute anime disc. Got Fable, Capcom Classics Collection. We have Crash Nitro Kart, and like I mentioned, he did get a lot of these at thrift stores because you can see the Goodwill price tag. Soul Calibur 2. We have Metal Gear Solid 2, Grand Theft Auto 3, Burnout 3 Takedown, Titanfall, Call of Duty Ghosts, Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. And we have Final Fantasy X, we got 2 of those, and X2. And lastly, we have a couple Xbox Platinum Hits games, Project Gotham Racing, and Mech Assault. So that is everything from this haul, 200 bucks. Definitely happy because of that Japanese Sega Saturn and games.